Welcome in, episode 49 of Ramie and Drew. I am Ramie Makloff. That is Drew Flaggy. We are just a couple of Milwaukee comedians. We talk sports and whatever other bullshit might come to mind, and we come to you tonight after the Bucks go down 3-1 to the Indiana Pacers in their round one playoff series in the NBA playoffs. And Drew, I'm going to start the show. I'm going to start off the show by lighting the old Giannis prayer candle because I think at this point I've been Mr. Positive. No, I'm not going to save it because Giannis coming back. Oh, I just burnt myself. Giannis coming back. That just goes to show how the season has been going. Giannis coming back in a prayer is probably the only way that this team wins. And Drew, early on in this game, it was. You saw it on the group chat. What did I say? Big night for Chris. Big night for Bobby. Big night for Brooke. Coming back tied at 2. Bucks in 6. That was what I was saying all day. I was doing sound at the Improv tonight for the sound check. I said that into the microphone. I got a round of applause. And early on, it looked that way. And then it all changed when Bobby had to go and do some stupid shit. Like there's no other way to describe that.
You're acting like this happened late. It was 5 minutes into the game, bro.
But no, was it 5? No, it was in the second. Was it? No, it was late in the first quarter.
First quarter.
No, was it that early? I was watching at work when I shouldn't have been. So you probably were watching more closely than I was. But he was hitting shots. Bobby was hitting shots. He wasn't settling for shit in the paint. Brooke was doing things. Chris was hitting shots. Like things were going fine. Things were going well. They weren't getting all those stupid second chance rebounds. Exactly what you needed to happen was happening to start that game. And then I think that changed the whole shit, the whole complexion of the basketball game, man. The Pacers knew. They were like, oh, these guys are already shorthanded. Now we got them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The guy that you needed to have a big night, Bobby Portis, Chris Middleton. First of all, we'll say Chris Middleton played great. Bucks fans need to really never badmouth Chris Middleton again.
Dude, he's really been pretty amazing in these 2 games.
Bobby, I know everybody loves. These are the things that people love about Bobby, and these are the things that frustrate everybody about Bobby. Man, the tough guy shit, real great. Calling them, they all front runners. They're all front runners. Well, guess what, Bobby? Those front runners got in your head. And you swung at Nembhard. And here's the thing. If you're really going to do that, fist. I've been saying foul hard. You actually hit that fucker. Don't let it. Seriously, get your money's worth if you're going to go get yourself ejected in a game that you don't have Giannis and Damian Lillard in.
And that's the thing.
Star players, if you're really that hell-bent on getting yourself kicked out of the game, then actually get your money's worth and smack him so hard he goes back to that locker room missing teeth.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it, Drew. Is
no. Here's the thing. I want to say this because everyone always says it is classless to hope for injuries. It is you never. It's bad karma to hope for injuries. Well, when a team like the Pacers doesn't seem to care that they're dancing on a team that is riddled with injuries. They're acting like they are taking down Goliath right now. They are acting
and you're not the only person I saw. No, hold on. You're not the only person I saw complaining about that. How are they supposed to act when they're winning a basketball game? Are they supposed to go over and apologize to Giannis because he's in street clothes?
No. You can. You don't sit there. Okay.
And I'm not saying Tyrese Halliburton isn't annoying and doesn't have a punchable face. He is, and he does. Okay, those are facts. But how do you want them to act when they're winning a basketball game and about to win a series? Of course, they're going to be cheering and dancing and celebrating. That's what you do. The Bucks did that when they beat the Nets.
That was a game 7.
I was drinking. For those who are listening in audio format, I was drinking water. I thought Drew was going to react, but I think I blew his mind with what I said while I was drinking water.
I'm sorry. Nobody on the Bucks was jumping around like a little fucking clown boy. Like that. Bro, no, there's big differences because they've been doing this all year. And all right, the in-season tournament, fine, big deal. The first time in franchise history, you guys.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm watching. I have the Wolves game on. I think they're carrying the Wolves coach off. I think they're carrying the Wolves head coach off. Are you watching the game?
No.
Like that, there's a guy under each arm. I don't know. Yeah, that's the Wolves. I think their head coach. Yeah, it looks like he can't put any weight on one of his legs, and they're assisting the Wolves head coach off the court right now. I don't know what happened. I just looked over if anybody was watching the game, and no, please.
Here's the other thing now.
Let us know in the comments
about injury riddled teams and stuff like that. Like I said,
Mike Conley ran into him. Sorry.
You beat the Milwaukee Bucks with a starting cast here of Malik Beasley, who just got benched at the end of the season. You are Bobby Portis took a swing at somebody because he's brain dead apparently. You got Chris Middleton playing one ankle. Giannis and Dame both out. And you beat Pat Connaughton. You beat Andre Jackson Jr. You beat AJ Green. And yeah, it's exciting for Pacers fans because they haven't had anything exciting happen in Indiana in a long time. And that's totally fine. And they will not have a ring this year because they're gonna get they're gonna get gentlemen swept by the Knicks, or you know what? God willing, and I'll say this, I'll root for Indiana next series because I want them to go against the goddamn Celtics. And I want a veteran team to beat the shit out of them. I would love to see Brunson
I wouldn't mind seeing them get the shit beat out of them. I wouldn't mind seeing the Knicks beat the shit out of them, quite frankly. No. I'm not sitting here saying I like the Pacers but the question I've asked you now twice is how are they supposed to celebrate winning a game or a series against a short-handed Bucks team? What is the proper way to celebrate this thing?
You know, the end of
you're putting me in the position to defend the Pacers, and I really don't want to be there. But I see a lot of people upset that the Pacers are happy that they're winning this game and this series. And like I said, Tyrese Halliburton definitely annoying.
Keep that
has a punchable face. He has that weird two-voice thing going on. But how are they supposed to celebrate?
Energy. Keep the energy when you're losing. You got that big dick, you're hanging low? No, you absolutely keep that energy the entire game. Come on, it's like, where's Halliburton when you're down 10? When there's a comeback happening, when you got hobbled Damian Lillard and there's a comeback, you're really afraid of a man with a strained Achilles? You're really afraid of Chris Middleton that Miles Turner keeps stepping under his feet in this series? Middleton rolled his ankle again tonight because Miles Turner shoved him in the back on a layup again, a reverse layup.
I was going to ask you that.
Miles Turner's put his foot underneath Chris Middleton again. So now I'm going to afford this. No, because I'm fired up again about this. I'm going to say this again one more time. Do you pray for injuries? No. But do you start hunting? Yes. Because I want to see them skip on the same ankles that we got rolled. Middleton's been undercut twice, plus a push in the back when he was going up for a layup in the last game. So I want to see somebody get under Miles Turner's ankle, and I want to see that big motherfucker go down with a twisted knee or an ankle. I want to see it, and I want to see Tyrese Halliburton go, oh, that was a good play. I really want to see it because I want to see how they start acting when their backs get against the wall because this is a bitch-made team with a useless fucking coach in Rick Carlisle, and you got a little twat. You know, Tyrese Halliburton, again, I am going to be classless as fuck because he is classless as fuck about this shit.
Do you think?
Bro, I have never Miami Heat as much as I hate this fucking team. The Miami Heat irritate me because they're a good team with good pedigree and everything. The Celtics are fun to troll. Jason Tatum's fun to troll because they were supposed to be us and the Celtics. And you know what? That was supposed to be a great rivalry. But you know what? That's not going to fucking happen because we can't get past these bottom feeder dipshit teams like this fucking Indiana team. This is ridiculous on the Bucks' part, first of all, and I will get to the part where I am in the done club on several players on our roster.
Okay, we'll get
to that. Because Bobby Portis is swinging right now. Bobby Portis swinging. We all love the mayor of Milwaukee until he goes and does this.
Okay, can I say something? First of all,
stupid.
First of all, there's no defending Bobby tonight. I don't think there is. If Dame and Giannis are playing in this game, because of what you're saying about sort of the aura that the Pacers have had and the way that they've carried themselves in this series, we might all be applauding Bobby for putting hands on one of the Pacers. You know what I mean? But he's got to be aware enough of the situation and how short-handed they are to not do that right there. Like, so there's no defending it. All I wanted to ask you when you went off on that tirade was, like I said, I was at work. I do AV at the Improv sometimes. And, so I had it on my phone. I shouldn't say this. I'm not supposed to. I was watching but I have to watch what's going on the stage too. I looked up, I looked down. Chris was being helped off. They never showed a replay of what happened. So Miles Turner pushed him, undercut him, and pushed him from behind. I didn't see it.
So Middleton went up for a reverse layup. He went baseline, went for a reverse layup, and basically Turner just stuck his legs out underneath him while he was trying to defend. Kind of pushing him in the back again. Trying to go up for a shot block, but he was kicking his legs under. And Middleton absolutely rolled his ankle again on Turner's foot. This is the second time this series that this has happened.
Yeah, that's not cool. If it went down the way you're describing, that is not cool.
If you're out there headhunting, fine. But I'm saying if you cut Thanasis loose,
I wouldn't. I was just gonna say. I'm not saying go. I'm not saying go out there and sweep the leg. You know what I mean? But if I might, especially in a game like tonight where it got out of hand late, I might send somebody out there to be a little physical and send a little message and let them know that you're here. I'm not against that.
No, I'm saying do it. This next because we're gonna rattle off 3 in a row without Dame and Giannis. Does Giannis even come? Is there a point? Is there?
Motion has gotten in on the chat. He says Turner actually stepped on Chris's foot. It looked like an accident. And still might fuck Miles Turner though.
But I'll say to Motion.
I'll wait for that one. We can wait on that one. Go ahead.
What I'm going to say to Motion on that one is
he wrote a whole paragraph.
There are too many of these plays that have specifically happened with Chris Middleton going up for baskets in this game or in this series where these guys have been undercutting him.
No, you're right.
I'm not going to sit there and say it was an accident when it keeps happening with this frequency because this is ridiculous that it keeps happening and the refs keep missing it. I don't care if it's intentional. I don't care if it's playing with a little bit of edge. I don't care what it is. I'm okay with a little bit of retaliation. This is maybe a season of being frustrated with this team. I posed this up in our group chat, honestly, about I would like Eric Name to ask the question again this season about failure and see if the answer's changed, because I think the season has been an absolute failure. Just because I am really happy that I got what I wanted with getting Damian Lillard on this team. We were a top 3 seed, I guess, if you want to call us that. We didn't play like it, but we were a top 3 seed in the East on paper. Was this a failure? I'm going to go with yes right now. This is an absolute disaster of a failure, starting with Adrian Griffin, ending with whatever's going to happen in this series. I honestly,
that leads right to the comment from Motion and my reaction to both of you. He says, I'm not ready to give up on the series. Giannis and Dame can come back next game. You just know Giannis is watching this cocky Pacers team stunt on his team and has a deep fire burning. I don't know if that happens or not. If Giannis and or Dame come back, I think it is entirely possible that they do win this series. So I'm with him in the sense that I'm not giving up if you get one of or both of those guys back. But even if this season is over and you're calling it a failure, so it would get an F grade for you. We did mid-season grades. I would grade it as an incomplete, quite frankly, because it's like you got mono right before finals. You know what I mean? Dude, you can't stop what happened to Giannis. You can't stop what happened to Dame. You can't stop what happened to Chris. We can be pissed all we want, but to sit here and act like it was a failure and there was never a chance of this working, or like they went out there and did something that cost them, a deeper playoff run or something beyond that, is just not the case.
Here's why I'm going with an F. I think I said this on the last stream. It's an F in my book because they played with a very blasé attitude all year, where there's a tomorrow, this will come together, this will work, this will whatever. We got stuff going on off the court. We got this, we got that. Okay, Chris isn't healthy every game. They played like there's always going to be a tomorrow, and guess what? Tuesday is it. And you're going to play Tuesday at the risk of losing on your home floor to Tyrese Halliburton, who's from Oshkosh, so kind of. They got jeans named after his hometown. You're going to lose to him. You're going to let Miles Turner dance on your home court. You are going to fizzle out. Or Giannis is going to go out there with a burning passion of a million suns. And
hey, hold on one sec. I have to cut you off because we have a very special guest joining the show. This was not planned. This was not requested. I was going to see if he could join us tomorrow for episode 50. It's the one and only Bart Winkler of the Bart Winkler Show and Into the Winklerverse. Hello, Bart.
You like X-Men 97, Drew?
Oh, I watched episode 1 and then I forgot it was there. I'm going to go back and catch up now because I got all into Shogun and I got all into
Shogun. Oh, God, Shogun.
Oh,
There's
so
no time
good.
for people to tell me how good Shogun is.
Oh, it's so good. And also Fallout. Fallout was amazing. I went through that in like a week.
I actually was a fan of the Fallout video game, so I have no interest in watching video game adaptations because they're all dog shit.
Real good. It's real good. It's real good. But go ahead.
I'm sure.
I like that you guys are doing a post-game show 7 hours after the game.
I was at work.
He's wearing his work shirt.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? I was at work. I was working.
Yeah, I guess the chicken wings won't deliver themselves.
No, I work at the Improv, you dick.
Well, they have waiters. I'm friends with like 4 of them.
That's true. That is true.
And they have wings.
What do you guys want to talk about?
They do have wings. I'm assuming you got it. Why do you have a Barbie? Why do you have a naked Barbie in your podcast studio? What goes on the Bart Winkler Show?
Is it a Tyrese Halliburton voodoo doll? That fucking vagina? I just hit a 3 on that comment.
Here's Tyrese Halliburton after he makes a shot to go up 6-5. What are you doing?
I assume he's screaming, though. I don't think he's just silently flexing and opening his mouth wide to the sky. I think he's actually. You just don't hear it.
Just sucks to lose a team. It just sucks to lose the teams that suck.
I know. This is what I was just telling Drew, but also, like, people are annoyed by them. But how do you want them to celebrate? What would sit well? What would sit right with you? Where you'd go, all right, I don't mind losing to these guys.
I want him to do what wrestlers do. Wrestlers, when wrestlers like beat a guy, and then it was a good match, and they're both faces, they like, and then the other guy's like, and then they shake hands afterwards. The thing I keep saying about the Pacers is like, you know how when you play your dad in basketball or whatever, or dads play, whatever, and at some point you beat your dad, and it's such a great moment. The Pacers are like a dad that are like, okay, son, let's play basketball. And the kid's like 6. And then the dad just like blocking everything, whatever. And that's fine. And then we used to play basketball against my dad, and we would get to the point, and then you could tell there's a point where he's like, I want these guys to beat me. Like, for their growth, I need them to beat me. Imagine if you're playing your dad in basketball and he just slaps the shit out of all your stuff. And then after the game, you're like, Dad, am I getting better? And he goes, you little bitch. I own you. Ah! So that's the Pacers. We are injured. We are broken. We are hurt. Leave us alone.
Just to go with your wrestling analogy, do you want him to do what Shawn Michaels did before he super kicked Ric Flair and weepily say I'm sorry before he delivers the final blow? Like what do you?
Yes,
you can want.
No, you can understand. No, You can understand the moment that you're in. That's understand where you're at and understand what you're looking at ahead of you. You're looking at Jalen Brunson. You're looking at Mitchell Robinson. You're looking at one of the best rebounding teams offensively and defensively. And here's the kicker. You don't play defense.
They are doing finals-like celebrations because this is their finals.
This is it. Yeah, this is their finals. Going to the second round, these guys, their fans and shit are acting like it's Reggie Miller all over again, where it's like Reggie Miller versus the Knicks. Because now you got that Knicks rivalry coming in there, and those guys are going to smack the shit out of them. And I honestly, I swear to God, I want the Pacers to get past Indiana or get past the Knicks, because I want them to play the Celtics. I want them to go against a very good team and just get swept. I want them to just get their backs broken. And you know what? If that means that I can never say another word about Jason Tatum again, I'll go buy a fucking jersey. I swear to God, I'll do it. And I'll wear it on this show.
You know that filter where if you put it on your face, it looks like you're like crying?
Yeah.
That was based off Tyrese Halliburton's actual face. He always looks like he's mid-tier.
I don't like him. I don't like them. I especially don't like him. He's annoying. By the way, what's up with his two voices? Have you guys seen the two voices?
I think he's faking. I think he's faking just like Austin Butler faked it.
Yeah, dude, he fakes his. I'll say this: Tyler Hero has a more black, authentic voice than Tyrese Halliburton does.
I won't go there, but I'm just talking about Tyrese Halliburton's voice. But it's so random. I don't even know. Well, Bart just left the show. He's a national radio host. You can't say stuff like that when Bart is a national radio host. You're going to cost him his job when we go viral for some stupid shit like that. Who cares?
Tyrese Halliburton.
No, don't double down on it. Just let it slide before, and I'll take it out in the edit after the show. There's no need to double down on that. Hey, especially not while we have a national radio host as our guest. That's not smart. Don't do that to any of us.
Dude, Tyrese Halliburton is like he's like how Mel Gibson just like completely forgot to stop.
No. I'm not. You're not finishing a sentence. It's like how Mel Gibson. No.
No, I'm going Lethal Weapon, where he just all of a sudden didn't.
No.
Anymore.
The thing about Miles Turner is, you know that guy Jared from Subway? Come on.
Dude, Lethal Weapon, just respect the art.
Obi Toppin reminds me of Kevin Spacey in the way that it
was an unfair trial and he's going to retrial. New York ruled against it. They said it was a biased.
The things I think are the same. The way that Andrew Nemhard, his game reminds me of Jeffrey Epstein, where when he's in the...
Because if you leave him on an island alone, he's a problem. Yeah, I know. You gotta get somebody with authority involved. We're a good show.
You know, I saw you guys doing this upstairs. I thought I'm going to join. So I brought my laptop downstairs. And as I was walking downstairs, I was like, I don't know why, but I'm going to regret this.
This was live, so the people who saw it, Bart, but if you want, I can edit all that out.
I said nothing wrong. The peripheral's up to that.
And off on what I said. But you understand that it's Lethal Weapon. 2 movies, he had 2 different accents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Australian and was like, oh yeah, I just should not do that.
You could have just said Madonna and left Mel Gibson out of it altogether. She had a fake accent too.
I never thought I would
do all the terrible things Mel Gibson did.
But Madonna is less of a woman than Tyrese Halliburton. I never thought I had to say that.
I don't know if Bart has frozen or just chosen not to participate in the show anymore.
The second one.
You have like the your eyes thing, like Stephen Hawking.
Bart, you giving up on this series? Is it over? Is it all over?
Well, I don't want to say it is in case it's not, but the thing that I do want to say is that ever since game one, I never thought Giannis was going to play.
Really? Because I thought he was for sure.
No.
I thought he'd be back by game one.
Not for a second.
I thought he'd be, maybe I've been naive about the Bucks all season. I thought he'd be back by game one. I really did.
I never thought he was going to play. So I'm going off that assumption, which makes this year a wasted season, which sucks. And now we're getting into the point where, like, the fact that we got one, it's the best thing ever. But also, we're going to be in the Rodgers territory where it's like, yeah, we got one, but shouldn't we have gotten three? You know, Sucks.
But they can, dude. This is the first season of the Dame Giannis era. There's a 2 to 3 year window here where they can win a championship. Not winning a title in the first year is not a failure of this trade or of this experiment, for lack of a better term, that the Bucks have put together.
If the Griffin thing didn't happen, if we actually had Doc or like a competent coach to start the year, I would feel more comfortable. But now it's like the window shortened. Middleton's under a 3-year contract after Tuesday. He has 2 years left on that deal. I think one's a player option. Brook Lopez is under contract for next year. I think Bobby Portis is under contract through next year, and that's it. Pat Connaughton, they could forget him in Indy, and he could try to find his way back to Milwaukee. I would change road signs. I don't need to see that anymore. I don't know what assets we have to get younger guys. Like Beasley's only on a 1-year deal, so he's gone after Tuesday. There's just I don't know. Are we gonna take a step backwards next year and really try to develop Marjan? No.
No.
AJ Green.
But the thing about the coaching is if Bud was still the coach, which a lot of people are talking about, Jay Crowder would have gotten 43 minutes tonight. So
yeah, Crowder's another one's gonna be gone. I kind of am yes and no on Pat Bev just because he's 36, but if you want to bring him back, he's a Doc guy. You know, he likes the way Doc runs the team. He's a friend.
I think you found a couple of young guys that can take some bench minutes next year in AJ Green and Jackson. So I think that's a plus that you can take out of the season. And look, man, I don't want to be the sunshine and rainbows guy when everything is terrible every time, but I just can't look at this season or look at the trade as a failure. Shit, dude, injuries happen all the time, and it sucks. But at the same time,
it also sucks that it's like
back-to-back years with Giannis.
Yeah. But what sucks too, and then I gotta go to what sucks is the Bucks are having injury problems. But like where people are like, oh well, the Pelicans, they lost Zion. Oh well, the Heat, they lost Jimmy Butler. People are like, the Bucks are down 3-1. Doc Rivers sucks. Like, we're not getting the same sort of.
You're right. No, you're right about that. They're not getting the same grace or mercy from the NBA world.
The Bucks are really judged on a different curve than everybody else, and I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird.
It is.
That was the thing too. Bobby Portis not winning 6th Man of the Year, and they gave it to Naz Reid. But then it's like, okay.
I do love big Naz Reid.
I love Naz Reid too.
Look,
big Naz Reid fan.
I'm not going to.
Ramie likes Naz Reid. He's one of the 13 markets he worked in. But the thing.
Hey, I'm not gonna trash anybody on Minnesota. But I was like, really, Bobby didn't. And it's like, yeah, it seems like they kind of forgot that Bobby Portis was even on the ballot. And it's like, yeah,
This is a Wolves show. Drew and I decided this is a Wolves show when
I'm going to Pato on Tuesday.
Ooh.
I'm putting 100 on the Wolves to win the title.
The whole thing.
Yeah, it's plus 1,000. They wrapped it up tonight, right?
It just went to 0. Devin Booker hit a shot. Oh no, these are highlights. I'm sorry.
Did you see that Chris Finch blew out his knee?
Yeah, we were live on the air when it happened. I had to stop Drew from ranting to describe what was going on.
It's only going to motivate him.
Yeah, well, he's day to day. He's questionable. He went through practice and everything, and it looks good for Chris Finch to coach. Fuck, man, I want Giannis to just not. If Giannis plays for Greece, I'm gonna blow my fucking mind.
He better not. I don't want him to play for Greece either. International play is stupid.
I don't want Embiid to play for USA.
I don't want anybody to play international play. Let's just stop it. Let's just end it. Sports for patriotism is stupid.
It's awesome when we get a cool documentary out of it, and then it's like Kobe's still here. That was pretty cool. But
the Dream Team, the original Dream Team, was cool. Other than that, I've never given a fuck.
I'm glad you weren't like an old man. Like, if the Miracle on Ice happened in this day and age, Ramie'd be on live and be like, "Fuck, we got to watch another game."
Yeah, I don't. Miracle? Miracle.
Miracles.
Yeah.
Miracle in sports.
A miracle in sports would be Giannis and Dame both play on Tuesday and drop a combined 100 points. And then when we're up big, Bobby Portis goes, and then punches Tyrese Halliburton in the face. Just really fist hole in the back of his head. That'd be really cool. Like,
a miracle is when after like 6 Miles Turner wide open threes, the Bucks would be like, should we close out? Should we guard that?
Well, I think part of that, though, like early, they had Bobby on the switches on him. But that was for 3 plays, and then Bobby Portis decided he was the Undertaker. That was crazy, but it's like, because you couldn't have Brook trying to defend the paint and close out on guys and then leave them open, because Brook isn't that fast, because he's a goddamn cruise ship out there. And I mean, he scored tonight. He figured out that he could dunk. That was good.
That was nice. Yeah, I like that when he does that.
4 free throws. But that could have trimmed the deficit down to 80 if he would have hit those 4 free throws. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna leave.
This is depressing.
Fun night. Art, yeah, you go to bed, dude. I'm ready to go to bed as well. I lit the Giannis prayer candle. I don't know if you saw that part. So
I didn't get that one.
We got that going for us. But we appreciate you jumping on.
Because if I stay up past midnight, I'm gonna want to get steps in. Because what do you mean? Like for tomorrow? You gotta get 7,000 steps. I need 7,000 steps a day.
Yeah. It's good.
So I don't like to leave the office without 2,000 steps.
Okay.
So I run the hallways during commercials.
Yeah, I've heard you talk about that on your show. I've heard you come back from break out of breath because you've been running the hallway.
Yeah. Because I'm running. I'm running around the sales pit.
Oh, I know the lap you're doing. I know that building well. Yeah. Well, look, it's working. You look good, buddy. You look good.
They've got gyms.
I packed a lot on this weekend. Are
you working out too, or just the 7,000 steps?
I'm lifting.
There you go.
Hey.
Lifting pints, my guy. There's Bart Winkler. Check him out on Into the Winklerverse, very popular podcast, and weeknights, 9 to 1 if you're listening in Milwaukee on CBS Sports Radio, locally on 1250 AM.
No, Infinity Sports Network.
And I'm sorry, what did I say?
You didn't hear about that?
No, they changed it.
I gotta go.
All right, buddy. Well, on the Infinity Sports Network. That's Bart Winkler. Thank you. No, I didn't see that. I don't read the trades anymore because I'm out of the biz. You know what I mean? What do I care? Nobody's hiring me.
Well, you're supposed to listen to his show.
No, I do. I haven't noticed him. I do listen to Bart's show. Whenever I'm in the car and it's Bart Winkler show time, I turn it to 1250. And I'm not kidding about that. Or 670 because he's on from 10 to 1 on 670 The Score down in Chicago as well, and that signal reaches us sometimes. But I guess I just didn't catch that he went from saying on CBS Sports Radio to the Infinity Sports. I didn't know. Infinity Radio Network Sports. I didn't even hear what he said, but congrats to everyone involved.
I was like, do you, when he goes to a commercial, do you also go do a lap or something?
No, I think I just tune out. I think I just space out.
Yeah. Well, the Brewers got their asses kicked today too, and yesterday.
And they made me late for work. Fucking.
Did you see Stanton throw his hand up in the air? And
I did.
And the umps were like, "Nah, that's legit."
I used to do that when I played baseball, and I broke up a couple of double plays like that. I'm not gonna lie.
That's pretty illegal. You can't do that.
And I didn't have that big.
I
don't know. And I didn't have that big stupid fucking hand protector on. I was just doing it with batting gloves. Yeah, I didn't have the oven mitt that they wear when they run the bases now. I was a gamer, dude. I was a gamer.
It's okay. Losing.
I'll take a bruised hand. I'll take a bruised hand to break up a double play. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, Brewers lost. That's okay though. They got a lot of season left. Not to the point where I'm going to start getting angry at the Brewers.
And the Cubs lost too. No harm done. No harm done in the standings. The last 2 days, both teams. I told you
I don't look at the standings. You know what we should do, because the Brewers are. The summer's going to get long, and we can't just talk about. Bryce Durang had 2 singles today. Woo!
It gets a little redundant.
Make that exciting. What we got to do is we got to try to figure out some content here. I think we should start challenging Milwaukee comedians to play 2-on-2 basketball at like a park.
I'm down.
You're down?
Like
a podcast.
Like you and me against 2 Milwaukee comedians.
Yeah, we don't have to do that. I think what we do.
Down.
You think we could ladder fight this like Mortal Kombat, like where we?
I just got a new basketball. I got like a nice Nike outdoor basketball. I was planning on going down to the park, putting up 100 shots a day, a few days a week.
Is it the rubberized one, or is it?
I don't know. It's a Nike outdoor basketball. I don't know. It's downstairs. I can't show. I'll show you on the next pod. You tell me if it's as nice as I think it is. I think it's a nice ball. I think I got a nice ball.
How much you spend on it?
I don't know. This is like around 50. I don't know. I don't remember.
That sounds about right. Here, I got my Spalding T1000 here, TF1000.
Is it an indoor or an outdoor?
This is an indoor ball.
Yeah. But, no, this one is designed for outdoor. It says it right on the front.
That's cool. I'm probably gonna get Wilson's like the best ones right now. Like there's like Wilson has like a gray. It's like the Evolution one, but like the gray one's good for outdoors. It's like a rubberized leather. So I'll probably buy one of those.
Let's hoop. And you know what? We'll take on followers of the show too. We'll meet you at the park.
I've been. So I'm gonna. I'll challenge everybody. I think if we can get this thing going good, we could probably try to challenge the Barons brothers. That would probably be like the end game, right?
That is the end game for sure. And I think we might be able to make that happen. We know people.
I think we could.
They got a podcast, right?
What? It was unlike on my old podcast when I tried to do the where we tried to have the Milwaukee Comedy Olympics during the pandemic.
No, you fuckers! I got excited about that.
Yeah, that was gonna be really. We couldn't get a gym, and then my co-host had a mental breakdown and quit comedy for a year.
Well, that's no excuse.
Well, we couldn't find a gym, and then the soundboard, and there was a whole thing.
Yeah, that's a problem.
One of our friends blew his Achilles out, fucking warming up in February, and that
was a sign. You know what? Never mind. I was
he got hurt training for a tournament that never happened. One of our friends rated himself 87 overall for the draft because he was like, I got a mid-range shot. And then I went to a park with him and he missed 30s consecutive. It's all right.
But that would have been the fun of it. Really, the injuries and the terrible performances would have been the fun of it.
There was one day like we got a group of them together. We all went to a park by like in like New Berlin, like off of Sunny Slope. They have like a really good like just one outdoor basketball court, and we were playing there, and we had one guy pull a hamstring the first play of the game. That was funny, and he was wearing jean shorts, so that was good. One of our friends, every time he would shoot the ball, he would shoot it like that, and then he would like turn his head like he was bowling, like to try to curve the ball like an airbender into the hoop, and it was. So then it's like we picked teams, and I was like coaching guys, but like, hey, no, you put your hand behind the ball, and you. It was like the equivalent of how we tell comedians, like, hey, man, I know it's like your first time, but move the mic stand out from in front of you.
These are the people I want to play basketball with. Yeah, you're giving them the basics. I said, these are the people I want to play basketball because I'm not good, but I'm good enough that I know the base. Like I know what a shot should look like. You know what I mean? I know how to box somebody out. So I want to play with people who don't know, because I'm the worst. I'm like the worst of people who understand the sport and know how to play it. You know what I mean? So the level below me that I could dominate and actually look good against on a court are people who don't know how to play are these people you're describing who don't understand where to put their hand on the basketball when they're shooting it. Let's get these people on the court. Let's revive this idea of the Comedy Olympics.
You know, it was alarming too when one of our friends who fights MMA was like, hey, I get 6 fouls, right? And I was like, oh no, like we're playing.
You can say his name. He has a podcast, right? You can say his name.
Does Avery still have a podcast?
Does he not? I don't know.
Avery's the guy I want to go up against Tyrese Halliburton, honestly. Like, he's the goon that was that illegal? Is that illegal? Like, you can't twist elbows inside out, dude. But that's the only one.
That guy choked out a racist magician, which was
he did.
Hilarious. Yeah, he did.
But also the racist magician. This isn't Mel Gibson, by the way, guys. When we kicked him out of after Avery let him wake back up, and we kicked him out of the bar, me and AJ grabbed his bag of tricks and threw the bar. That was pretty cool. Like, we felt like.
Did a dove and endless handkerchiefs come flying out of it?
Yeah, I threw it out. Like, there was this handkerchief coming out. I'm like, no! Top hat, backpack fell into the top hat, and he was like, all right, well, I guess now, and put it on his head. Walked away.
Fucking rabbit hopping across the street.
You guys, us with a flower on his lapel.
All right, I think that's a good note to end on. We got ourselves to laugh, and hopefully the people that are watching. And by the way, lots of people watching for a show that went on the air 3 hours after the game, so we appreciate that. You could help us out a lot more though if you did what it says there at the bottom of the screen and follow us. Subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, like, rate, review, tell a friend, do all the things that help a podcast grow. And you'd really be helping us out. But we do appreciate you checking us out tonight on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and wherever else you found it. Drew, any final words?
Yeah, comment if we should actually do a Comedy Olympics, or if anybody just wants to play basketball with me and Ramie. We just need friends.
Yeah, hit me up. At Ramie is tweeting. He's at Drew F is on fire. Let's hoop. This has been Ramie and Drew, episode 49. We'll talk to you again soon.
Bring your own ball.